Hello guys and welcome to Task 2C for Engineering Drawing 2. I promised you that I'll make a recording for it, and today inshallah we're gonna do it together. So we start with having the AutoCAD on this side, and this page I'm gonna take it out of the way for now. I hope that you have it open while you're watching this video, because I'm gonna refer to it often. We start this when we make sure the units are in millimeters, so that's easy. We just write units and we choose millimeters. All right, okay. And then we create the layers. So we have 3 layers here. So the first one is called flower. It doesn't have any color and it's continuous and default. The second one is rug. It has to be white. And the last one is a viewport. Now viewport has to be red. So let's make it red. All right, let's close it. We're done with the layers. Now he's asking us to draw the flower and give it 2 different colors. So the flower is simple. Again, I hope you have the paper or the PDF file open so you can refer to it with me. We start with a simple circle. Now we say circle and then we choose the center point and then we put the diameter. Now, of course, he's expecting me to put the radius, and I want to tell him that I want to choose the diameter. So I'm going to choose D for diameter and press enter. So it's 0.188. It's really tiny. And then we have to have 2 lines. Basically, I need to have 2 lines, and the distance between them has to be 0.15. So how can I do this? Now, if you look at the picture right now, you can see that the first line is 0.75 higher from the center. So all I need to do is, offset 0.075. So we offset one upwards and another one downwards. So again, the lines. The distance is 0.75 from the center, and the distance between them is 0.15. So we have our lines, and I'm gonna need 2 vertical lines. So let's create one here and extend it. And now I can start offsetting. So O for offset, and then the distance for the first one is 0.188. So we offset it to the left. And then we have another one. But this one is 0.338. So again, we offset it. Now, I didn't have a dimension or a length for these 2 lines, but all I want them to do is to touch this line. And I can see that they are short. If you want to extend the line, just use the command extend. So you can write EX, and you can see the first one is extend. You press enter, and then you can either select them one by one, or you can go through all of them. Okay. Now we use fillet because we went around these corners. So all I need to do is write fillet. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to do it with radius. So R. What is the radius? On the paper it says 0.07. And we press enter. So we have 1, 2, enter. Now, you can see that I'm going to have to do this repeatedly. So instead of doing that, I can just choose multiple. And now I don't have to press enter every time. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. This one and this one. this one, and this one, this one, and this one. Okay, we can close this, we can delete this, and we should be good to go. Now, he wants us to color them differently. Now, let's say that the petals are pink. So let's go here and make them pink. And let's say the plant itself is green. That would make sense, I guess. All right, so we're done with this. Now, he wants us to make these thicker, and he wants us to use pedit for that. So I'm gonna need to use pedit. So I would write pedit. But again, pedit would only allow me to choose just one. So I need to tell him I'm choosing multiple. Yeah, let's choose all of it and enter. Yes, convert it to polyline. And now I can change the width. The width on the paper is 0.01. And once I'm done, I'm not gonna press on close. No, I'm gonna press on escape on the keyboard. Now we also need to make this one thicker. So I can write pedit and choose it. But you're gonna see that I'm getting an error. What he's saying is that this is not a polyline, you cannot choose it. So what is the solution to that? Well, I want a way to make it a polyline. Now there is a walk around for this problem. We can make a line, so L for line, and cut it in half if you wanted to. And then we use the command break. So I'm gonna select it and say, I wanna break this. So break. Yeah, I'll select it again. So just put one corner here, and let's take the other corner to the other side. And now I have my circle. Let's double check the radius. Actually, let's double check, yeah, the radius. So it's 0.094. If you multiply this with 2, you should get 0.188. So it should be correct. But now I'm missing the other side. So let's mirror it. Mirror, enter, select whatever you want to mirror, enter, and then mirror it. Should we delete the original line? Nope. Now if I delete this, you can see that I've divided the circle into two halves. So I say okay. Yeah, now I can use pedit. So pedit, multiple, select all of it, enter, make it a polyline, yes. The width is 0.01, and now I'm done with that. So we say okay, no problem. Now let's complete the flower. I want it to go circular. So I can select this and tell him I want to array it. If I choose polar, this means that I want to create a circular path. Let's have a look at it. Now he's asking me, where is the center of this circle? I'm gonna say here. And he comes up with this design. Now, you can see that the number here represents how many petals do I have. So 6. If I change it to 8, I'm gonna have more. If I change this to 1 or 2, I'll have less. Now, what is the distance between them? Right now it's 180, so 1 is here and then 180 to here. Let's change this to 90, for example. Let's see, does it work? Yep, distance between them is 90. So we say okay. What about the fill? How much of the circle do you want to fill? For example, if I put this as 180, هيصير عندي شنو؟ نص دائرة. If I make this into 270, let's make this more so you can see it better. Actually, let's make it 3. So you can see that we can cover only 270 of the circle. So this is how much of the circle do you want to fill. In our case, we want 360 as in all around it. Okay, so this means that this is 360. Okay, how many petals do we have? Well, in the question, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 8 petals. So 360 as in we're gonna run around in a full circle. 45 is the distance between each one of them. So from here, from the center here to the center here is an angle of 45. 8 is the amount of petals that you've got. This is what these three mean, right? And these are important. Make sure you understand them. So we say, okay, I have my flower right now. I'm happy with it. Now I want to make a block out of it. So all I need to do is select it and write block. So just select it and block. What do you want to call it? I want to call it flower. And where do you want to hold it from? The base point. The base point should be in the center. And that's it. Okay. So this is my flower. Now we can go to the second part, which is the rug itself. The rug has some dimensions. Let me move this to the side and choose the rug layer. Vertically, it is خلينا نسوي horizontal أول 4.65. Vertically, it was 6.45. 6.45. So this is 4.65, and then we can close it. All right, so we have the exterior layout of the rug. Now, if you look at the drawing, you're gonna see that we're gonna have these, triangles. So the first one is at a distance of 1.2 from the right. And then we have 1.125 from this one. And this one is a distance of 1.2 from the left. So let's make some lines that would guide us later on. So 1.2. Now I know the triangle is going to be here. 1.2. I know the triangle is going to be here. And the last one has 1.125. So I know my triangles are going to be here, here, and here. So what about the triangles themselves? Well, the triangles are going to look something like this. Okay? Don't do this. So it's 0.375 to the left, 0.375 to the right, and 0.375 upwards. So again, I can make my life much easier by offsetting. So I can come and say offset. How much? 0.0375. And then, it's 0.375. And then I can say 1 to the right, 1 to the left, and 1 up. And now I can draw my lines. 1, 2. And I have my triangles. So I say, okay, I don't want to repeat all of that for the rest. Let me just copy it. So I write CO for copy, enter, select these, enter. And then I have 1 here and 1 here. And I should be good. خلاص. I don't need any of this anymore. And I actually don't need this either. Yalla, let's trim. Then, and then. Alright, we have our lines. We need the same horizontally here as well. Let's look at the picture together. The distance from here to here is 1.725, and then 1.5, and then the one at the top is going to be 1.725. Again, I'm going to do the same, offset. Yeah, offset. 1.725. This is 1, and this one is also 1.75. And then we have 1.5. If you want, we can extend these so it looks better. So remember, extend is EX. The first option is extend. Just choose. And now it's the same method. Offset 0.375. Enter. مرة فوق, مرة تحت, مرة كذي. And this is our line. 1, 2, 3. Let's copy it for the other ones. واحد اثنين. خلاص, okay, I'm done with this. I don't need it. I'm done with this. All I need to do is trim. So واحد اثنين ثلاثة. Alright, this drawing is isometric. Sorry, it's symmetric. So this means that the top is the same as the bottom and the right is the same as the left. So I can come here and mirror, and I would choose the center line and put it at the top. For this one, I can mirror, and then we go to the center line and we trim. Yeah. Done, done. Okay. Now, what I want to do right now is to actually put the flowers on the rug. Now, if you look at the picture, I can see that the first flower has at a distance of 0.638 to the right, and a distance of 0.975 upwards. Now I want to put the first flower here. To find your blocks, just go to Insert. Insert, you might see it here. If not, if you can't see it here, just click on Recent Blocks and you should be able to find it. Double click and we have it here. Okay, let's look at the drawing now. Now I have a lot of them, and if I have a pattern, then I can use array for that. It's gonna make my life much easier. So I can see that I have 4 columns and 4 rows. So let me close this and choose array, rectangle. The columns are 4 and the rows are 4 as well. Okay, now what is the distance between them from the center to the center? Let's go back to our drawing. The distance horizontally is 1.125 and vertically it's 1.5. Yeah, vertically it's 1.5 and horizontally it's, my bad, horizontally it's 1.25 and vertically it's 1.5. And now I have my rug. So we say, okay, what's left? Well, we went around these corners, right? So what command would we use to round corners? Well, it's fillet. So fillet, and we press enter for that. Again, we want to use the radius, so R. What radius are we going to use? Let's check. You can see it at the top, 0.375. So 0.375. 1, 2. Again, choose multiple. 1, 2. And this is our rug. All right. What else do we need to do? So we're done with this. Let's create a layout. We usually create the same layout, so this shouldn't be hard. Let's go to layout. Delete any viewports that you have that you don't need. And then click on Setup Manager. Modify. We usually use, I think AutoCAD PDF, so high quality print. For the paper size, we use ISO full bleed A4. And then we leave these, we change the scale to 1:1. And okay, this should be good. Now, what we want to do is we want to insert our title block. So let's go download it. A4 title block. Let's open it. And now I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Control C for copying. Bring it here. Control V for pasting. And just put it somewhere at the center. We can change this information. What is today's date? Today is 16 March 2022. Scale, well, let's double check what kind of scale. We're gonna have two different scales, so راح نكتب هني as shown. Drawing title, this is task 2C. Student ID, I don't have any, so 00000. Company ACK, first and last name, Faisal. Okay. All right, so we're gonna need two viewports, one of them for the plant, or sorry, the flower, and the other one to show the rug. So to insert viewports, we need to use the rectangle command. But before we do this, we want to choose the viewport layer. Let's go back to the layout, rectangle. So until the half here, and another one till the other half. All right, so on the left, he wants me to have the flower, and he wants me to use a scale of 60:1. If I come here, I'm gonna find out that I don't really have 60:1. So I'm gonna need to create one. Let's add a new one, 60:1, 60:1. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now we can come and choose 60:1. Let's put it at the center, and let's make sure we hide the grid. For the next one, he wants a scale of 20:1. So I don't really have 20:1, so I'm gonna go to custom, add 20:1, 20:1. Okay, okay, yeah, 20:1. Let's hide the grid, and now we're almost done. I want to hide these red lines, so all I need to do is turn off the layer, and now they're gone. Now I want to write a text. I want to write the scale. If I write the text right now, it's gonna disappear because I would be writing in the viewport layer, which is closed. So let's use the 0 layer. If you want to write a text, you can come here and select single line. We're gonna put it, let's say here. Now he's asking me what is the text height. Usually use 6. What is the angle? Well, we don't want it rotated, so 0. What is the text? We can write scale 60:1. So that's for the first one. For the second one, scale 20:1. And this is it. That's the whole thing. Now let's say you want to save it. I think you guys are familiar with it. You can press on Control S, and you're gonna get this window and you can save it. I highly recommend that during the lecture you keep saving. If you want to print it, well, you can come to the print here, and if you get this error, what it means is this. What it means is that you have two drawings open and he thinks that you want to print both of them. So just close the one that you don't want. And now Control Print, and if you press OK, you're gonna find something interesting. AutoCAD is actually gonna create a PDF for you. you can see it right over here. It has your drawing and everything to scale. This is it guys. Allah يعطيكم الصحة والعافية. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.